Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail with another edition of Lords of the Realm Viewer's Choice version, yay, where you can see England is mostly mine. I just have the southern peninsula of England to take, 4 counties from the bishop, but as I said before, the bishop likes to turtle, and there's going to be a lot of castle sieging going on. So you're going to see my first 2 targets are going to be Dorset and Somerset, and I already have armies marching into place. It's going to be a little while before they get there, but I do have the marching orders in. Meanwhile, the Baron is making his last stand. He has a 400-person army. I do not actually eliminate him until I take him out, and I have actually sucked up a big portion of my population here just to form a quick army to combine with the Swedish swordsmen. I also hired some mercenaries specifically to shunt this out. Furthermore, if you look at my supplies here, I have a lot of stone and a lot of wood, at least supposedly, and my goal is to finish this castle. Now, whether that's going to happen, we'll see. But I thought I did buy quite a bit before. Maybe not. Well, let's go ahead and how much stone and wood do we need? Because I do want to complete at least 1 castle here. As I do have a bunch of crowns. 24 stone, 6 wood. There we go. So how much stone is I'm getting 5,000 crowns now. 24 stone and 5 wood, that should be enough. Because I don't really need to raise armies anymore. My counties are all pretty good except for the one I just took, which has no ration and people are starving. But there is a supply caravan of 37 cattle on the way, and that's going to be able to let them do triple rations for a while. So all in all, pretty good stuff. Let's start by seeing if we can take out the Baron. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with just a crossbowman army. What actually is this army? Swordsmen, archers, and swordsmen. Alright, so they'll be able to mop up if these guys can't. So let's see what we got. Fighting the Baron, 400. And it is some macemen and some peasants. Well, that's cute. Let's go ahead and take out the macemen. At least start this fight. Like I said, this one is going to be a lot less about county management and a lot more about trying to just win the game here. But because there's going to be sieges, it's going to take a little while to do that. So I may have to try and speed things up, slow things down. But I am close to total victory here, which is what you need to actually win the game. Is like I said, these archers are just trying to mow down the troops here. But they are going to get hit by a big wall of peasants, unfortunately. Not too much I can do about that other than just let them melee it out and hope for the best. So I am going to lose these 200 mercenaries, but they've done their job. They've whittled this force down so that next turn I can defeat this army. Because right now I just do not want the Baron taking a county from me. But right now it's a bunch of crossbowmen versus peasants. And it's possible, because crossbowmen are way better in melee, as I said last time, than archers. And it's possible that I may be able to take out these peasants if I can get their morale low enough. But it's probably not going to happen. So we just gotta go and see. Hopefully they start to run. Hopefully they don't rally because they're starting to kill people. So there's morale of 2. I want their morale to hit 0. That'd be nice. Whew, this is gonna be close, and I'm sorry about because I'm about to cough into the microphone. Let me just adjust that briefly. So there we go. Am I gonna do it? Yes! They flee. The Baron's army is vanquished. Excuse me for that one. I'm not exactly sure where that cough came from, and now that these crossbowmen are very happy and I killed 140 of them, I'm just going to disband them. And now this army will be working their way down to the Baron as well, because all I have left with my armies to do is to just try and conquer counties, and I believe I won't be able to move these guys till... No, I can move them this turn, so let's attack the county. There's a merchant here. That's the ideal time to do that. So 199 people of Dwyfyd. I don't remember how you pronounce that, but these guys, there's not a lot that they're going to be able to do against me. But they won't surrender because they're fighting for motherland. It's been a long time since we've had to straight up attack a county. Really long time. Remember early in the game where we were just begging for mercenaries to come because I couldn't afford units. And these guys' morale is pretty good. I could probably combine these with some other forces if I want to make an even more dominating army. Right now, this county's going to fall, no problem. I do lose a few swordsmen, but I think I lose 1 or 2. That's not bad. So just the last people fighting on, and I lose how many swords? 3. And I get another county. Pretty nice. So, gain control here. They don't have a ton of food. They have actually some sheep, which is pretty terrible. But I do have some crowns to spare. So we are going to buy some cattle. What's their population look like? 390, that's okay. Well, first off, we actually need to put some fields out, or else these guys are just going to starve. So, there we go. Overall, pretty happy place. I think they'll be okay for now. Could actually probably go to another merchant real quick. Let's see, what's this army doing? I don't really think this army really needs to be here anymore, so let's go ahead and split off the army, which for some reason I cannot disband it. Just so weird. So let's hear 16 swordsmen. I don't know why I can't disband this army. Hopefully I can disband the mercenaries next turn. There we go. So they have terrible morale. They've just been sitting for a while. Like I said, I don't want these guys flipping. So let's see here. 105. Not so many moo cows to sell here, but I get 600 Danish swordsmen potentially. Yeah, I don't want to sell from that county. Let's see here. There's got to be one rich county that I've got. Here we go. Can make another cow field here. I can sell some iron. Sell some cattle. There we go. Because I don't really need the weapons stock anymore. And all we're doing is just trying to healthy up Dwifid a little bit. So here, how many moo cows do you need? Let's say 15. There we go. Happy place, everyone's eating, everyone's good. There's just enough. Okay, so you can't move, but that county is going to be taken. I can move you all next turn south. And because I don't want this army to get particularly pissed off, I'm going to send them west. And this is going to be one of my first sieging armies. It has a bunch of peasants. That's part of the reason why. So we got to get their morale up just a little bit. So let's take on the bishop. Take it straight to him. Alright, so here's our forces. And wow, look, this looks mighty familiar. It's mostly peasants. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. That's a lot of spearmen. How many spearmen is that? 150. Alright, well, this is going to be a little more interesting than I anticipated. Like I said, this is the kind of victories that I'm going to have to get at some point. Alright, so you guys are going to march up here. Just go ahead and put your marching orders right there. Don't know why these guys aren't moving up just yet. So they really should at this point. I guess we'll move our archers up just a little bit. So I'd love to aggro the maces first. Spearmen kind of suck too, though. There we go. Wait, are they seriously sending the peasants first? That'd be hilarious. So that'd be like a huge, huge, huge mistake. That's pretty much free numbers that I can take out. You can see all the peasants are just marching around, so once again it ventures into artificial intelligence. Here we go, my swordsmen are stacked into neat blobs. Now we have our macemen incoming, so want to take them out. What the hell is going on here? They're just standing still. Alright, so let's start the melee scrum. There we go. Here come the spearsmen. There go the peasants. A little bit of a weird conflict here. But we need to get these spearmen taken out. They have very high defense. But they are a little vulnerable. So I should be able to win this actually outright because all the peasants are running. If he had sent his other forces in first, he would have been in better shape. But no, the bishop... I only lose 7 swordsmen in a battle where I really should have lost 20 or 30. So I will take that. And what does their morale look like right now? It's fair, so that's much better than terrible. Now I'm not going to siege with this army. And I don't think I can move any of these guys. Alright. So assuming we don't have anybody starving, and that's kind of a big assumption, we're just going to keep on keeping on here. So yeah, I've already bought mead for these people. Oh, cool. Okay, so we have counties that are possibly revolting. I don't know. No, I think we're okay. Just gotta check and make sure. Okay, so this is part of the worry here, is that we have people starving. That's awesome. That's from having too many people lined up in here. So half rations for now. Do not know where this cough is coming from. It's so weird. Alright, so half rations. We'll keep an eye on Sussex. Once they get a good harvest, they'll be good, but it's just from having so many people, extra people eating food. But that's one reason I wanted to conscript so much. How much stone do I need to complete this castle? Forever! So 41 stone and 11 wood. I may be able to complete a big series of castles. Alright, 100 more people. Well, you're better than the Countess, but it's too bad that when I make them offer a quarter, I can't just keep their weapons. Because I'm asking them to lay down their weapons and surrender, so... I'm just going to let the bishop go, and I'm going to have to go get some water or something. So there's the Countess, who doesn't have a turn. And it's fall time. The Countess, she's eliminated. What does she say? I have divine right to these lands, but you thwarted me! That's too bad. With your brooch and your crown there's not too much to say. So it is now officially just me and the bishop. The Baron's been taken out, and I'm going to take a quick pause here, because pretty much what the rest of this episode is going to be is me pushing to the southwest. So be right back. Alright, so you can see the bishop's already putting out a defensive force here. And that's kind of why I'm bringing the Swedish army down here, is just because I want him to screw around a little bit. Like we have... Oh wow, he's actually dropping some spearsmen as well as peasants. Interesting. Lots of spearmen. In fact, I'm not entirely confident in my ability to win this without sustaining super heavy losses. But as long as I can delay long enough for an actual capable sieging army to come here, I'll be okay. Because right now, 112 swordsmen might be enough to take out these spearmen. But we're definitely going to target the peasants first, because I want to get their numbers down ASAP. Because spearmen are good and reliable, but this is just going back to swordsmen are really the super unit in this game. Between swordsmen and then getting some range on top of them, it's a pretty solid winning strategy here. And I should be able to eliminate the bishop just a little bit without too much struggle. So let's hear my morale's going up, their morale's going down. This is like the first push into his lands. And like I said, unfortunately, because of the way county borders are in the southwest, there's just, I have to go through his lines. I can't just do what I did with the Baron and just take all of his counties at the same time. And I can't split his kingdom either. Because I guess I could siege one of his castles there and just... Okay, so apparently water's not helping this cough. Weird. Alright, well, that's enough for mercy. 38 dead. I still have 74 swords, which is more than I expected out of that fight. But that's not going to be the army that sieges. This army is going to reinforce this one, so we'll go ahead and put you all over here. And what is my super army doing? I mean, I want them to get into some fights. I think I may push this army into the west and have this one defending the lands a lot more. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We're going to have the Danish swordsmen go down here. And we're going to take this county. I may even buy them out. I don't know. This army is big and healthy. Dwifid, I'd rather eat sheep than cattle, as I got 42 people in addition to what I already had. Interesting. Okay, why are we getting more people? Is that a birth spree, I guess? Yay, we're suddenly healthy. Alright. So 108 people laying idle. I got some more weapons. Saxon swordsman, the worst deal in the game. I guess it's also because my army's actually eating these guys out of house and home. Fortunately, we have a bunch of cattle on the way here, so still need 11 stone here. Let's send 14 more cows. Which means we need to conscript some people from here. Alright. And for some reason, once again, I cannot actually disband this army. That is so bizarre. So I'm just going to have you all on garrison duty. Let's see here. Do we have a merchant here? No. Alright, so that's a little funny about what's going on here. Guess I sent too many cows. Sold too many cows. We do not want you eating cows. We want you eating grain, guys. Grain. It's all about a good, healthy diet. Alright. Let's see if we buy 30 cattle. And just send all of them to the west here. That'll be okay. Even if we send 21, that'll be okay. So we're doing okay on fields. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and buy some armaments from this guy. We have swords. We need the longbows. And swords. And I'm just going to conscript the population back down, so... Archers, swordsmen, and I'm not going to buy the Danes. This county's still going to have some food problems, but... Like I said, I know there's a little bit of county management here, but this is all necessary junk. Once again, can't disband this army, which is really interesting to me, but we are just going to go ahead and move them back through. Should just be one turn. And oh no, did I not set the cattle here? Okay, so we do have 37 people. 37 cows will die if I do not make 4 fields. And you can see right away that I don't really have enough people to maintain this many cattle. What I want to do is maintain some fields, though, as best I can. And I know I'm going to lose some cows here. The point is to get to the break-even area, because it's only 87. It's only 87 population. Everyone's moving out. They immigrated to Gwent? Gwent? I guess they still can. There's not too many places you can run from my empire, you could say. Okay, well, let's go ahead and march you guys through. So we just don't want our areas to collapse at this point. We're just gonna move you all down. Don't think I have too many other standing armies at this point. So let's hear. I can disband this one, but there's no reason to. So we'll just march you all through here as well. That's going to actually put a big burden on the food production, so we'll wait one more turn. In fact, can I send some cattle from Warwickshire? Yes, I can. Oh, good, I can. There's really no reason to. Okay, let's conscript some peasants here, because this could be another potential sieging army. Yay. Army management. And how is castle construction doing here? Do I have enough resources now? Yes. There's only 54 people working on it. Let me take another quick pause. I'm not sure what that sound was. Alright, and I'm back, and let's see here. We don't need that many armors anymore, although they're producing weapons at a very impressive clip. I guess what I need is more builders. And because this is a pretty complicated castle, it is going to take some building. So here, I have more than enough cows here, so I can actually reduce my amount here. I'll lose a field if I do too much, so I'm going to have to go back to getting farmers next turn, but wow, I actually planted a lot of grain this turn. Alright, well. And like I said, I do have a lot of money that I can spend on things. As right now, unfortunately, there's not a ton we can buy here. But let's see. Because I do actually need people on these areas. There should be a county where I should be able to sell. What do I got to sell? There we go. That should be enough. Yeah, that'll be great. Said I just need a little bit more to feed these people. So 17 cattle. It's not going to be great. We don't need all these armors anymore. But it should be enough to get us through the fall. Normal rations don't look too great, but I've seen worse. I'll go half ration next turn. Alright, so marching orders. These men are uneasy. Well, probably because I forgot to move them last turn. Alright, so now that we got these guys here, we have our mega armies sieging potentially. Let's go ahead and start here. Siege this castle. So Plimpton's going to siege mode, and this is one of the first legit sieges that I'm going to have in this game. They're 427, the people are uneasy. There's not a lot of food in this castle though, that's interesting to me. Now, part of the deal with this castle is that I'm going to have to actually take the gate before I can go in. Or I could just try and trebuchet the crap out of everything. I have some different options here, but probably what I'm going to do first off is get some more foragers just to make sure I have that. How many battering rams can I get? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't need more than 3 battering rams. I'm going to need a lot of trebuchets here. Battering rams suck. They're great for gates. Big gates are really tough to break down. But yeah, it's what we can do. Because you have to take the area in the middle and you have to bust the gate open to do that. So I don't think you guys can move anymore. Which means I think I'm pretty much done with my army movement this turn. You can see I've reduced my army size by quite a bit. So okay, so you're sending 100 people. That's too bad. All peasants now. Alright, so that's pretty much my army size is going to be big enough to take that on. Now 100 people here, on the other hand, is going to be a little tougher, and this is where having another army to siege this castle early is probably going to help. Because this castle will not take long to fall. I just have to destroy the front tower. Boom. Combat. These peasants are going to fall like hot butter, I guess. Because if you heat up butter, it does fall. If you have it upright, it'll just slink over. It works. I guess I need about 23, 22 people remaining to get them to surrender. They may flee at that point, regardless. There we go. So 4 swordsmen. See, that's what happens. You have less numbers, and slowly but surely they fall. Here comes the bishop with more armies marching. And we have nothing happening on that siege. So the baron's saying, "You have taken my lands, but you shall never have my fighting spirit." Well played, sir. The bishop's saying attacking me is the same as attacking the church. We know. Peasants are happy, except for the ones that aren't. Alright, we do not need more battering rams. We have enough battering rams. Alright, so this is how these work. I was really expecting a little more than that. Alright, well, we'll put the trebuchets out here. I hope we don't take too many losses on this. But yeah, we're going to do a multi-prong attack. Try and ram the gate. I think I can send fighters in to actually destroy some of these houses eventually, but that's interesting. I guess, did he actually make the high walls? I think he did. So that means I'm going to have to shoot over these walls. Maybe not. Interesting. That's a bit of a pisser. Alright, well. There we go. That's one way to do it. I don't like those guys being that close, though, so... We're going to hold back and actually shoot down towers right now. Because apparently the bishop has sprung for higher powered walls, or higher height walls. If you remember from the early castle building video, you can have walls of different heights. And the nice thing about really tall walls is that it stops your enemy's ability to shoot projectiles. So we're just going to attack a lot of different parts of the castle, build more trebuchets, and see if I can take it out. Because if there's one weakness for this, it could have a very large garrison. But look at how little food it has. So I may be able to wait these guys out. Especially if I can combine these forces. So combine these armies. I want you all to get in some fights, so we're going to do that next. And I should be able to meet the bishop in the field before too long. So let's hear, you all are going to combine with somebody else. I'm just not quite sure who yet. So let's see here. These guys are unhappy. Of course you don't sell mead. You suck. Okay, I have people revolting. Oh, wow. Why do I have people revolting all of a sudden? Is that an army? Oh, it's Swedish swordsmen. Oh, see, that's what happens. They went into mutiny because I had an army that's just been sitting here this whole time. Oh, well. So I'm going to lose some cattle. I don't want to lose some cattle. Losing 25% of grain sucks a little bit, but once again, we don't need all these armors. We don't really need all these miners anymore either. So just going to do some perfunctory taking care of the castle. I do want a good harvest here, so I'm going to drop the builders just a little bit. There we go. Good enough harvest. Should have a castle done pretty soon. So we just got to look at the two other counties I'm worried about right now. Here's this one. I don't really want them eating 12 cows. They'll have a good harvest next turn. And now they're getting resources, so good. So we can start building in this castle. And just finish all these up because I'm going to have plenty of stuff that I can buy and use for it. Okay. See, look, I'm building castles at the end of the game. Yay. Okay, so I probably could have bribed them and avoided combat, but I'm just going to go in. Attack. Oh, this is so sad. 86 people in Gwent, one of the last free counties in England. Too bad. You all are standing up for your freedom, and that means that you're going to be on the end of a sword. So here we go. Clash, clash, clash. All the way down. So yeah, that didn't take long. I only have a few swordsmen left. In fact, I can probably disband this army and be just as well off. There we go. Gwent's mine! Yay! Now, there's no merchant here. But they do have... They've got some stuff going for them. They do actually have some grain. They have enough cattle to feed them. So I'm not going to put in my huge army and have them park in this county this turn. Here we go. So let's see here. We don't want you all doing that. Got another merchant here. So you all have good fields. Let's buy some grain. Yeah, I know. I said no county management. We're going to have just a little bit of county management, though. Just because I want these guys to be able to survive. Why are you eating cows? There's no good reason for it. Alright, so... we have our army's marching orders. Okay, I don't know what's up with this county, if it's starving or what. They have no grain. Okay, this looks like trouble. I better get a merchant in here soon. In fact, what we're going to do here is, since we're on triple ration right now, 60 cows. That's way too many. So that's here, 87 cattle. There's no possible ways they can support all of that. But what we can do is send 50 cattle over here. And suddenly, just like that, the cattle situation's stable. I'm going to lose a field. That's okay. We'll lose some fields. Until this all balances out. So there we go there. Pretty decent. In fact, we're just going to march you all. Actually, I guess I got to get through here as soon as possible, so we'll just do that. Alright, I'm going to call this a video. We're going to pick up right where we left off next time, as I am taking on the bishop. All the other nobles are eliminated. Let's look at the map. This is Way to Fail with Lords of the Realm. It's coming to an end eventually. See you next time.